Vision boards can be a truly wonderful tool for self-improvement, but they're just not enough for me. I just have a problem with looking at something every single day and only seeing the end result, because the gap between where I am now and this vision is painful. I want to create something better. I want to create an action board that does include my vision, but it also includes these small steps and the big steps that I can take today to close that gap. To develop this concept with you, I have a bit of my pictures from my 2018 vision board so we can see what's good and what's not. I have a picture here of mindfulness because I was really into mindfulness. I have a couple of pictures here, and I would say mostly they look pretty, but they don't really make me do anything. I don't even know if they made me do the basics, meditate. And the only thing that I actually like from all of these mindfulness pictures, this is also not it, is this. It's be present. Because it's an action that I can see and easily take. It's both a vision and an action. So I see it, I take a deep breath, and I'm present. This is a picture of me and my dad, and it's almost perfect. I wish maybe I would write call dad on it, or text dad, so that I could actually do something. Quotes are definitely a go because they can inspire you to do something right now or remind you of some concept that you're trying to apply, and that's great. A picture of Cologne where I wanted to move, this is something good, but I want my action board to be short term because, again, this gap is painful. So I have done my research and I know exactly what we're going to put on the action board. There's actually 7 things that we're going to be looking out for. The first thing is visions. So that's what we're going to take from the vision boards that works. Having a vision is good, but not too long term and not too crazy. The second thing is goals. So now we're going concrete. And the maximum here is 1-year goals, but I would say it's even better to go for 3 or 6 months goals. And then when you're done with that, you can just switch out the note on the action board. Then we're going for milestones, and milestones are essentially steps, baby steps towards that goal. So you want to have that goal there, for example, lose 5 kilograms by the summer. That means you can have a milestone, lose 2.5 by the beginning of spring, and that's a milestone. And the next thing we're going to have is small actions and big actions. For small actions, it's going to be something that you can literally see on your action board and do right now. So you want to lose weight, you see, do 20 squats and maybe a couple of other options, and you can do them right now. And for big actions, I would say these are things that you can do within a week or maximum within a month. So sign up for a class, do 3 workouts, something that is slightly bigger that will get you to that milestone, but is still an even smaller step. And then the last 2 things are actionable and inspiring images and quotes. Maybe somebody sent you a message, you're amazing. You should maybe print that out and put that on your action board, or another picture of something that you can do right now. And it will just trigger you to have a positive emotion related to that goal. The first step, of course, is to get those visions down. I'm going to go with 3 visions for 3 years, and I'm going to keep it as minimal and realistic and simple as possible. So we're just going to go onto Google and search up for some inspiring images that are not too crazy. Now, my 3 visions are to live in a big city, to do YouTube full-time, and to have a nice minimal home where I can work from, maybe in Berlin. So for the first step, I'm just going to print these out and leave them on the side. For the second step, we're going to put our goals on the action board. Now, this can be in the form of an image, or we can write them down. I personally prefer that because it is much more clear. My goals are for the next 3 months. I'm trying this for the first time, and I think it is very inspiring and very actionable. And I'm going to write my 3 goals down with a deadline, and I'm going to make sure that it's obvious that these are the goals and not the milestones or anything else. The third step is to write down the milestones. Again, this could also be an image, but I think that writing that down is going to be the best way to do it. And I have written 2 milestones for each goal, because even if I complete one, I will leave it there just to motivate me a bit. I think progress is the best motivation. And then the next one is just to know where I want to be next. and I have chosen a different kind of paper for my milestones just so I can instantly recognize that these are milestones and not goals. Now for the fourth and the fifth step, we're going to write down these small and big actions, and the way that I did that was I sat down to brainstorm. I gave myself 15 minutes on the clock and I started in the middle writing my goals. On the left side, I would write the big actions that I can take towards them, and on the right side, I would write these small actions. Well, one of my goals is to plan regularly. So the small actions that I can do are do my morning and evening planning session and track my habits. And the big actions that I can do is learning to use Notion, spending a lot of time on it, and doing a 30-day planning challenge. The final step is to look at some actionable and inspiring images and quotes. And for that, I think a good idea is to go through the screenshots on your phone, through any pictures, anything that you can remember makes you feel good when thinking about those goals, and maybe any song quote, maybe quotes from a favorite author, even a friend. And if you can get them in image form, that's great, because images are much easier to instantly convey a certain feeling that you're going to relate to this goal, but it's also good if you have some kind of writing. So now I want to show you what is on my action board. I have my visions here, here, and here. Berlin, YouTube, my new home, and right here are my goals. Around my goals are my milestones. So I put 5 milestones. I don't want to overwhelm anything, and the milestones are kind of around the goal that they are related to. Next to them on these little light bulbs, I have my big actions. So I tried to fit several big actions on one post-it just not to feel so overcrowded. And then around those on different sides of the canvas are just little orange actions, which are the small actions. These are the things that I truly want to see and think, oh, I can do this right now. I can add this to my plan when I'm planning in the morning. This is going to be really useful when I'm creating my daily plan or my to-do list. So I tried to come up with many, no minimalism here, because I wanted this to be useful. And then I have my inspiring quotes and images. I have something that somebody sent me on Instagram that my content really helped them. I have some Tony Robbins lessons, like the energy you have is your pattern. So to have a bright and energetic kind of being. And then there is comparison is a thief of joy, something that I need to remind myself quite often. And progress equals happiness. It is very true for me that once I make progress on a project, I really find happiness and motivation. So it is very useful to see it right here. Then I have a story that the Bliss Bean made about me. Really thankful for that. And some more quotes that I will be posting on my Instagram. And that is about it. I'm really happy with this version of it. This is what I'm gonna have for the next 3 months. Then I'm gonna switch out some of the notes, but I'm just really excited to use this because I know that it will help me a lot. So if this helped you, maybe you can leave a comment if you want to make an action board, or if you just find the idea nice for a different time, and I will see you in the next video.